Have you ever wondered what would happen if you had a heart attack and no one was there to help you? In the United States, more than 16 million older adults currently live alone, and according to the CDC, adults over 60 are twice as likely to die from a heart attack or stroke if emergency help doesn't arrive within the first 5 minutes. It can hit suddenly, while you're asleep, watching TV, or worse, at 2 a.m. when the world is silent. Linda, 72 from Arizona, is one of them. She's been living alone since her husband passed, with her children in another state. One night, she woke up with chest discomfort. Not sharp pain, just a strange pressure in her chest. But she remembered a video she had seen online that said heart attack symptoms in women can be subtle. She dialed 911. That call saved her life. The question is, if it were you in Linda's shoes, would you recognize the signs? Would you know what to do in the first 30 seconds? This video is not just information, it's a life-saving guide. We'll show you how to recognize early signs of heart attack and stroke and the critical steps you need to take to survive when you're alone. Watch to the end. Not only will you learn how to protect your heart, but you'll know how to protect yourself. Because sometimes survival depends not on who is with you, but on what you know and how fast you act.
Before a heart attack strikes, the body often whispers warnings, sometimes as early as 1 month before the event. According to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, nearly half of individuals who suffer a heart attack report unusual symptoms in the weeks leading up to it, yet most fail to recognize their significance. These early signs are not always dramatic. They can appear in the form of persistent fatigue, disrupted sleep, unexplained anxiety, shortness of breath during simple tasks like walking to the mailbox, or a vague tightness in the chest that comes and goes. These are among the 7 symptoms of heart attack 1 month before the actual episode occurs. For older adults, especially those living alone, the challenge is not just in noticing these signs, but in believing they're worth acting upon. What complicates things further is that symptoms of heart attack for women can be even more subtle. Unlike men, who often experience crushing chest pain, women may report pain in the jaw, neck, or upper back, a sense of indigestion, lightheadedness, or profound exhaustion that does not improve with rest. The American Heart Association notes that many women dismiss these signs, attributing them to stress or aging, which contributes to delayed treatment and worse outcomes. Awareness of these differences is crucial. At the same time, some of these warning signs can mimic those of a minor stroke. While heart attacks and strokes affect different systems, the heart and the brain respectively, their early symptoms can overlap, especially in older women. For example, sudden confusion, numbness on one side of the body, difficulty speaking, or visual disturbances may suggest signs of a mini stroke. Female stroke symptoms also tend to present less dramatically, sometimes only as temporary dizziness, nausea, or mild disorientation. According to the CDC, up to 87% of strokes are ischemic, caused by blockages similar to those in heart attacks, and early treatment within hours can prevent permanent brain damage. The truth is, many seniors endure these symptoms quietly, assuming they're part of getting older. But studies show that silent heart attacks, those without classic chest pain, make up nearly 1 in 5 cases, especially in people over 60. That's why it's essential not to ignore what seems minor. Keeping a record of daily symptoms, no matter how small, and sharing them with your doctor can reveal patterns that point to a deeper issue. Recognizing these clues early doesn't just improve your chances of survival, it gives you control. And in the next section, you'll learn the 5-step action plan that can help you survive if a heart attack strikes while you're alone.
When it comes to a heart attack, every second counts. Once the signs begin, chest tightness, shortness of breath, nausea, or that sudden sense of doom, the actions you take within the next few minutes can draw the line between life and loss. That's why we introduce a simple but powerful system, C.A.R.E.S. 5 letters, 5 steps that anyone can remember and apply even when panic takes over. C is for call 911. This is your first and most important step. Do not hesitate or wait it out. According to the American College of Cardiology, calling emergency services immediately improves survival rates by up to 30% because trained responders can begin treatment before you reach the hospital. Waiting or trying to drive yourself cuts you off from that early intervention. A stands for aspirin, but only if your doctor has previously recommended it. The Mayo Clinic explains that chewing an aspirin during a suspected heart attack can slow clot formation, potentially limiting the damage to your heart. Yet, it's not for everyone. Those with bleeding disorders, ulcers, or allergies must avoid it. That's why this step must be pre-approved by your healthcare provider. R means relax. Sit down in a safe, stable position and breathe slowly. Moving around or pacing increases your heart's oxygen demand at the very moment it's struggling. Harvard Health Publishing emphasizes that calming your breathing can help control anxiety and reduce further stress on your cardiovascular system. E is for entry. Unlock your front door. Emergency responders lose valuable time trying to enter a locked home, and in some cases, that delay has cost lives. The American Heart Association notes that door access is often the forgotten step in solo emergencies, yet it's one of the easiest ways to save time. S stands for share. If possible, call or text someone nearby. Let them know what's happening. A neighbor, a friend, anyone who might arrive before the ambulance or speak on your behalf. This simple act can provide not only physical backup, but emotional comfort, especially in those terrifying first minutes. Heart attacks don't always look like the movies. What can cause a heart attack varies: plaque rupture, spasm, even extreme stress. And while warning signs may seem vague, the risk is real. So when you sense that something's wrong, don't guess. Act, because the heart doesn't wait. The next part of this journey will help you understand what long-term prevention really looks like and how to build a life your heart can trust.
You've just learned how to respond in the moment. But what if the most powerful action you can take happens long before any symptoms appear? Prevention isn't about fear. It's about taking gentle, informed steps today that give your heart a better tomorrow. Let's begin with knowing your risk. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, nearly 47% of American adults have at least one of the top 3 risk factors for heart disease: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or smoking. And for older adults, the combination of elevated blood pressure and type 2 diabetes is especially dangerous. High blood pressure alone increases the risk of stroke and heart disease dramatically, often without any symptoms. That's why it's called the silent killer. And it's also why strokes related to high blood pressure are so common in seniors. The American Heart Association warns that even moderately high blood pressure, 140/90 mmHg, can double your stroke risk if left untreated. Equally concerning is the so-called silent heart attack. This is a heart attack that occurs without obvious symptoms. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, revealed that more than 45% of heart attacks may go unnoticed by the person having them. These are often discovered later through routine EKGs or imaging. For people over 60, especially women, the symptoms of silent heart attack may be mistaken for indigestion, fatigue, or simply aging, but they are no less dangerous. If ignored, the damage can accumulate, making future heart events far more deadly. What can you do starting today? First, track your numbers: your blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar. Get regular checkups and ask your doctor about your individual risk profile. Knowing how to prevent heart attack begins with this knowledge. Write down your numbers and watch them like you would your retirement savings, because in a way, that's exactly what they are. Second, build small habits with lasting impact. Take walks, even short ones. Eat more fiber and fewer processed snacks. Limit sodium and added sugars. Breathe deeply for 5 minutes every morning. Not because someone told you to, but because your heart works every second of your life. And these are simple gifts you can give it in return. And finally, remind yourself that action isn't just for emergencies. It's for the quiet moments, the grocery lists, the phone calls to your doctor. It's for the you that wants to keep living not just longer, but better. In the next part, we'll take a closer look at exactly what to eat and what nutrients your heart truly craves to stay strong. We've talked about numbers and habits, but your plate may be the most powerful medicine you have. Food doesn't just feed your body, it fuels or fights disease. For anyone managing high blood pressure, cholesterol, or recovering from heart issues, what you eat becomes a daily decision between healing and harm. So let's simplify it. 2 dietary patterns consistently rise to the top for heart health: the DASH diet and the Mediterranean diet. Both are backed by the American Heart Association and multiple large-scale studies. DASH, short for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, focuses on meals rich in potassium, magnesium, calcium, and fiber, nutrients proven to lower blood pressure. The Mediterranean approach emphasizes olive oil, fatty fish, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains, while limiting red meat and processed food. A 2023 meta-analysis in Nutrients found that adherence to the Mediterranean diet reduced cardiovascular events by 31% and all-cause mortality by 25% over 10 years. So what should go on your plate? For those managing conditions like congestive heart failure, aim for potassium-rich foods like spinach, sweet potatoes, and bananas. Add magnesium from sources like pumpkin seeds and avocado. Choose whole grains over white bread. Use olive oil instead of butter. Keep sodium intake under 1,500 milligrams a day. Excess salt is a major trigger for high blood pressure and fluid retention. These changes support not just the best diet for heart disease, but are powerful tools in preventing stroke and other vascular complications. At the same time, be cautious. Avoid processed meats, sugary drinks, and snacks high in trans fats. These contribute to inflammation and artery damage. A heart-healthy diet isn't about deprivation. It's about making your meals work for you, not against you. And what about supplements? For those over 60, certain vitamins play a vital role. Coenzyme Q10 supports energy production in heart cells. Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA from fish oil, help reduce triglycerides and prevent irregular rhythms. Magnesium supports healthy blood pressure, while vitamin D, often low in older adults, is linked to improved heart function. Always consult your doctor before starting any supplements, but these are commonly recommended and backed by studies published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Food is daily, personal, and powerful. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. One better choice today leads to another tomorrow. And over time, these meals become protection, not just nourishment. Next, we'll shift from the kitchen to the heart and explore how purpose, connection, and belief play a role in living not just longer, but fuller.
Eating well strengthens the body, but daily habits nourish the heart in a deeper way, physically and emotionally. For seniors, heart health isn't just about numbers and medication, it's about rhythm, routine, reflection. What we do each day builds our resilience. That's how we prevent heart disease, not only with diet or pills, but with presence and purpose. Begin with your breath. Deep, intentional breathing, specifically box breathing, has been shown to reduce blood pressure, improve oxygen flow, and calm the nervous system. In this method, you inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and rest for 4.
Practicing this 2 or 3 times a day, especially in moments of stress, helps regulate heart rhythm and is recommended in cardiac rehab programs across the U.S. Second, stay connected. One of the simplest but most overlooked steps for seniors is to share health updates with loved ones. Whether it's a weekly phone call, a group text, or just leaving a note for a neighbor, staying accountable improves not only your awareness, but your safety. According to the National Institute on Aging, social connection is strongly linked to better heart health for seniors and can reduce the risk of cardiovascular events by 30%. Another powerful habit? Write out your emergency plan. Keep it visible, on the fridge, by the phone, in your bedroom. Include your medications, emergency contacts, your doctor's number, and the nearest hospital. This isn't just for you. It's a gift to anyone who might help you in a crisis. It speaks when you can't. And finally, return to your why. Your reason to live fully, to care for your heart, often goes beyond yourself. It's about showing up for the people you love. A grandchild's graduation, a family holiday, a quiet afternoon with someone dear. That's the real reason we embrace the best vitamins and supplements for heart health, or learn how to prevent heart disease. Not fear, but love. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to stay consistent, stay curious, and stay connected. And as you do, you build something stronger than any diagnosis. Trust in yourself and in the life that still lies ahead. In the final section, we'll bring together every step you've learned into a plan that can guide you and protect those you care about.
Preparation is not fear. It's love in action. It's the quiet promise you make to yourself and those who care about you, that you are here, that your life still matters deeply, and that you are willing to protect it. Everything you've heard in this video, recognizing early signs, responding with clarity, choosing heart-nourishing foods, and building daily resilience, isn't about expecting the worst. It's about being ready to live the best life possible, even in the face of uncertainty. As one survivor once shared, after surviving a silent heart attack at age 68, "I didn't even realize it was happening. But what saved me was a plan I'd made months before. My doctor's note on aspirin, my daughter's number on the fridge, my door unlocked. That plan didn't just save my life. It gave me back the time I didn't know I was about to lose." We may not get to choose when age knocks on the door, but we do get to choose how we greet it. With a prepared heart, with a clear mind, with faith, not in perfection, but in possibility. So carry this with you. Knowing what to do, practicing it, sharing it, and updating it when needed is not only wise, it's empowering. Preparation is a gift, not only to your future self, but to every life that's touched by yours. And remember, growing older is inevitable, but growing wiser, calmer, and more prepared, that's something you get to choose every single day. Finally, please note that the information in this video is for informational and inspirational purposes. For medical advice tailored to your individual health, especially if you have underlying conditions or are on medication, please always consult your doctor or healthcare professional.